Today we're building an arcade for my Bloxburg city, and oh my god, I look insane. As you can see, I dressed up like a gamer. A whole PC going in here, people. Behind me is the rough outline of the arcade. So without further ado, let's do this. Okie dokie. So you might notice it is a bit of a weird shape. That's purely because it's an arcade, which also means we get to color it some pretty snazzy colors. But don't worry, you're hardly going to be able to see any of these colors anyway, because I'm going to be adding so many LEDs. And why wait, guys? Let's add the LEDs now. You might be wondering, Reese's, what are these? These are actually custom pillars. I think the easiest way to do this is going to be to delete the world's most expensive pillar and put the LEDs on 2 of them. Guys, look how hard even this is doing 2, and I could not do like 20. And the moment of truth. Yes, it does. Pumpkin pie. Which now means look how much easier that is. And that does look pretty sick. Now let's replace this musty old one with this new and improved. Oh yeah. Oh, build's done, guys. Video's over. Thanks for watching. No, of course I'm joking. We are far from done. Next step is to probably add windows and stuff. I like doing it in a random order. For me, it was a no-brainer that I was going to use these modern windows. And I like to resize them the tiniest bit so that when you put them next to each other, there's like no gaps. It's more seamless. This is like Jeff Bezos's house. And then for the doors, we're going to go in and get a commercial door. Could do revolving. Is that a bit fancy though for some like skanky arcade? I'm not trying to be rude, but arcades are normally like covered in chewing gum, but it's still lacking 2 things for me. The first one is a giant circle. You might be thinking, Reese's, what on earth are you talking about here? You'll see, don't you worry, guys. And apparently I failed geometry class because is that a circle? But there we go. It looks a little bit like an angel's halo, doesn't it? I just thought that'd be like a cool touch to put on there. We're going to use these same pink pillars from downstairs. These are going to act as the stands because we've got to pretend gravity exists, okay? Second thing that this is lacking is arcade splashed along the front. You guys know me. Look at me. I'm a pro at writing letters. I think along the top. So let me struggle to do this for 10 minutes straight. And there we go. Architect Reese's has come to town. Guys, one of the last steps of outside is boop, boop, lights. Lots of you guys actually ask me how I do them. Basically, you have to get the horizontal one. If you use this vertical one, you can't like stretch it around. You have to use the horizontal one. And then basically, it's pretty simple actually. You just outline the shape of things. We should probably color it first to save us time later. But there'd be no point in watching this all day. So I've sped it up like Doctor Who's TARDIS. And I think that, guys, is perfect for the LED lights. So the final stage before we go inside and spend all of my money. God, I'm so broke. How am I saying I'm broke when I've got $500,000? Anyway, as you notice around the town, normally I add bushes and trees. I'm not going to do that out the front as I think it doesn't fit. I'm just going to add some benches because normally there's like gamer people sat outside. They're like, hey, do you want to buy an Xbox? And I'm like, no, thank you. However, as you can see, there's gaps either side, and that's because the greenery is going to go here instead. But who remembers back in the day when you had to make striped grass by like doing it one by one? My favorite tree to use is pine trees, and I like to mix these with rough cypresses. And then you really can just dot these all the way around. And for me, it just adds so much to the surroundings of the build. The final little step you want to do, though, is add like stones or something out the front. Because not being rude, but these like bases look ugly as hell. Oh. Disconnecting. As I was saying, I'm also going to steal these things from Bloxy Burgers. All they are is carpets, but don't they look like giant stepping stones? I mean, we're going to have to make them a tad smaller here, but don't they work an absolute treat? Next up, we're going to use these custom trees. I'm so sorry, I don't actually know what the code is for them. We're going to need some trash. I love how Americans call it trash. In England, we literally call this a bin. We're just so simple. I think that's it for the outside. We can always add more a bit later. This is actually the only building in this entire town which is 1 story. Like, I made it look like it was more than 1 with the roofs, because at the end of the day it's an arcade. Like, you're not gonna have too much. What is this? What is this doing in here? So it's mainly gonna be open planned apart from this back wall here. This side is going to be toilet. That side is also going to be toilet. And then in the middle is going to be the office. What floor am I going to do, guys? Comment down below your guesses, okay? I'll give you 3 seconds. It's gonna be checkers, of course. And I actually couldn't decide which design I liked more, the pink and black or the purple and white. So I picked both. I tend to do that a lot. So never take me on a shopping trip because I always just buy everything. Now, I know a lot of you guys are going to be thinking, this is so ugly. It's an arcade at the end of the day. They are signaturely known for their crazy colours. But I just think, how good does that floor look when you look in? I've been obsessed with granite lately. I know it's so random. Ew, it looks like a bacteria infestation. Maybe if we do this, then it's a little bit more colourful, isn't it? And now, guys, is the moment I've been dreading since the start. How much are arcade machines? Okay, 500 is not as bad as I thought. I was hoping to buy about 8 of these, so we can buy 3. Oh, already out of money, but don't worry, we can buy some more Bloxburgs. Okay, we've just bought 2,500 more. I'm just gonna buy 6 for now because I don't know if we're gonna need anything else Bloxburgs. But since it's an arcade, I wanted to at least have some arcade machines. So we're gonna arrange these in a bit of a prettier pattern than this. Each area of the arcade is gonna be something different. This is gonna be the actual arcade game. It looks like there's a massive space in the middle, but I'm actually gonna put a booth in there. Yes, you guys heard me correctly. And this is basically going to be the little waiting area. And I'm loving this light in here. I haven't even put any LED lights yet, but it must be the ones from outside is giving this lit light. I'm wondering, should we add stools in front of these? I think it actually looks better with stools, you know, I'm doing that. That is the arcade bit. We're actually even going to section this off, the tiniest little amount. Next to this, we are going to have some of those driving games. So this build is probably going to entail quite a lot of custom building. So I'm going to put it on a base so that we can easily copy and paste just the whole thing. And to make it extra realistic, I'm going to plate it with diamonds. That sounds so extravagant. It's literally just called diamond plate. At the front, I'm going to try and recreate this little like gear stick system. And I'm so sorry if you can hear my stomach rumbling at all. I did actually eat breakfast, so I don't know why it's rumbling. This is my breakfast, by the way. I actually took a picture of it. Sometimes you just got to have a little bit of a simpler breakfast, you know, guys. Anyway, the seat is kind of like a gaming chair in these things. Like this seat here is actually kind of perfect if we could just like crop that. We can. This is going to look so cool. These games are personally my absolute favorite at the arcade because the motorbike actually like vibrates. It properly feels like you're driving. And we also need to make worse of all the... I can't talk, sorry. It's literally 9 AM. What I was saying is we need to add some of those like paintings they have around, you know, like LED signs. But honestly, I would actually believe we're in an arcade game right now. It doesn't really even feel like Bloxburg. There's an arcade quite near where I live. And guys, my favorite ones are those coin like dropper machines, which I think is what we're going to build next after the toilet. Building these toilets has just reminded me I have a dentist appointment today. Why is the dentist so scary? It's meant to be like fun and healthy, but I swear I'm allergic to it. Oh my gosh. Now, remember earlier I said that arcade bathrooms were kind of tacky and disgusting because you think people who come in the arcade, like, it's not the most hygienic place. Do you know what would be kind of funny though, to add like a barred window? Looks like we're in prison. And the sinks. Let's make this a bit more luxurious. I'm sorry, I just can't build poor. Just stolen a plant from across the town, and I think this could help. And then you guys know me. I'm going to add a custom hand dryer. So it's kind of like a little building hack I came up with myself. I feel like they'd have these elderly ceiling lamp. We'll obviously change the color though, because yellow is a disgraceful color. All we've got to do is basically copy that on the other side. And there we go. That is both sets of toilets done. We've got the office in the middle, which is actually going to be like pretty modern. But I want to get back to building my little coin machine, okay? We're going to start off with modern counters. And they're normally in a line of about 5, I've noticed. Not that I go to like the arcade that much, but... And I've just realized we've put this right in the way. We can just have doors either side, like a single door each side. We're going to get these display cases. And don't these kind of look like a little money thing? We're actually going to do one first. So I'm going to custom make some coinage. That's perfect. That looks like a little coin. And it's normally with like 50p's. I don't know what you call it in America. Maybe like 50 cents. And guys, do you want a little building hack? You can actually build in flying mode. If I click that, I can build. You can literally go anywhere you want with this. Like no matter how compact something is, you can just go in. And then they have like that little compartment which it falls into. And by the way, guys, I'm not trying to like encourage gambling. Do not go waste all your money. What? What? How is that 5,000? Next up is going to be my other favorite thing at the arcade, the animal catcher. I have only ever won once on this. I won a little minion teddy. It was the best day of my life. I had to get like my dad to do it. I had to do it. It was honestly so hard. And the containers, they're kind of like giant popcorn machines. This is literally what they look like. And I'm actually going to take the middle out for now so we can fill this up with teddies. We can add the platypus. I would love to win the platypus. There we go. I think we've added one of every teddy. And as you can notice, I've left a little gap here. And that is going to be to actually drop the teddy in if you somehow win. Then we can borrow one of these red buttons. This is like the start. And then it has a lever. And I want 2 of these just for like double the scam. Guys, I was so confused what to build. And I've just remembered basketball hoops. Have you guys played those basketball games? They are probably one of the funnest things at the whole arcade, mate. And of course it's encased in because you don't want the basketball going everywhere. I'm going to make it very orange because we haven't had much colour in here. If we look up basket, there's actually a couple of helpful things. There's an actual basket so we can put the basketballs in them. And then the rest we can like put just on this. And I'm not sure exactly how this game works, but it's something like that. But it's all Gucci, okay, people. We have got our basketball things in. Again, I feel like the basketball one's quite a popular game, so we should probably have like a booth that's waiting. Now we have this weird middle bit, so I think we're gonna have to put a thin one here, and I know exactly what to put. The Wheel of Fortune. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone here. If we make this wider and put it through the middle, we'll show up on both sides, so we can have a double-sided Wheel of Fortune. And this is basically the one where that woman's standing, and she's like, here are the rules. Welcome to the Wheel of Fortune. Have a spin and try your luck. And I'm basically using these massive, very happy looking noob pictures, and we're going to put a wheel on this. I'm even going to add the woman standing here, although technically it's going to be a man. This is Michelle. She is 70 years old, apparently, and she works at the arcade, and she is going to be spinning this wheel for you. And then along this front bit here, I'm just going to put a snack station. And this is probably the most insane looking build I've ever done, but it's just something different, isn't it? Now some just final touches before we move on to the last room, which is, drum roll, the office. I might actually make the office like a little bit more normal looking. And in here, we are going to need a couple of things. First of all, a humongous security system with all these people running around with all this money as well in the machines. Obviously, we need his or her desk. You know what? Let's make it a woman. Women empowerment. She is going to be running this arcade. She's a millionaire called Lucy. And this is probably the first piece of normal furniture we're adding, a little bookshelf unit. And imagine after I've built this, Bloxburg has like an arcade update. I mean, I wouldn't actually mind that. I think it'd be so fun to have all this kind of actual stuff. We'll have some of those tacky signs in here as well. And of course, plants, because plants are the most beautiful thing in the world. Apart from Michelle. But with that, guys, we have just built the Bloxburg arcade. What? Jump scare. I forgot I look like this. Let me fix all of this, change the decals, and then we'll do the tour. All right, Reese's Cups. Here we are outside of True Reese's arcade. This exterior is honestly so unique to anything I've done before. However, the main beauty is actually inside of this building. I'll give you a little overview and then we'll go through everything. So the first little activity here is the claw machine. This is the biggest scam that was ever made in the world. And to be fair, in Bloxburg, you can scam it back. Look, if you just turn around, I'm stealing this platypus. See ya. Oh, I'm such a bad criminal. On the opposite side, we have a little snack machine so you can eat ice cream while playing these games. Straight ahead, we have my personal favorite, the coin machine. If we continue to the left, we have this cozy little corner where you can sit with your friend, you know, if you've wasted all your money already. If you're one of those adventurers, then you can go on this. Look how fast I'm going. Look, it's vibrating. I said this would vibrate. Oh my gosh. Or there is my personal favorite area, the actual arcade machine. So I've never played this before. Wow. Great game. You're telling me I paid 3,000 Bloxbucks for all of these and all it does is this? This is the biggest scam of 2023, people. Do not buy this, okay? Anyway, over on this side, we have the Wheel of Fortune. Hello, Michelle. But yeah, you'd spin that and see what you'd win. Probably like 2 tickets. And on this side, we have another rest area and then another favorite, the basketball hoop. Shall we see if we can shoot a hoop guys. I don't know if it will work in here. Come on, come on. Wow. Apparently I'm not made to be a basketballer. Oh, it's gone all the way over here. But yeah, that's basically it for the actual main section of the arcade. We do have the toilets, and I definitely didn't just change that sign. These are actually pretty cute. Like, we get a good mirror. The actual toilet itself is a bit like a prison cell, but all you need to really do in here is have a big poo. And then the last room, knock, 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 Lucy. If you go in here, wow. This is Lucy's office. It's actually well nice and modern. Shall we view the camera, see what's going on? Michelle, get back to work. No, this is honestly the coolest build. Hopefully all of you guys had a fun time watching me create this build. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, follow me on Roblox, all that kind of jazz. Thanks to everybody who watched this, and I'll see you all next time.